What's up, y'all? I'm Mr. President, better known as Prez the Investor, and you are now investing with Prez. Before we go any further, I need you to do me just one favor. Hit the like button for me. And if you are not currently subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Now let me tell y'all something real quick. I wrote all this down because I care about y'all that much. I want to make sure I don't leave anything out. Every lesson, every move, every mistake, it all matters. So this just ain't a video. It's a love letter. It's like, nah, this is a message straight from me to you. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. I first discovered the stock market back in December 2021. I ain't know a damn thing. I wasn't born into money, didn't grow up around investors, and I damn sure didn't think I'd ever be one of those people talking about building wealth. But something clicked in me. I saw regular people buying pieces of companies they believed in and making moves for their future. That idea blew my mind. I said to myself, if they can do it, so can I. So I started small, and I mean real small, $5 a day. That's it. I didn't have much, but I had consistency, and I had discipline. That's the key, consistency. But $5 a day won't make you rich overnight, but it will teach you habits. It builds patience. It forces focus even when nothing's exciting. That's what separates the impulsive trader from the real investor, discipline. I started documenting my journey on YouTube. My channel was my accountability tool, my video journal. Every week, I showed my portfolio, shared my thoughts, explained what I was learning, and updated my audience. I wasn't trying to impress anybody. I was proving a point. You don't need thousands of dollars to start investing. You just need patience, purpose, and a plan. Week after week, I gave updates. Sometimes numbers went up, sometimes they dropped, but the lessons stayed consistent. Slowly, people started following, not because I was making big money, but because I was being real. By 2022, I started connecting with other creators in the financial space. I thought it was the next level, collaborating, networking, joining communities, and being part of something bigger. And to be real, I did learn a lot during that time. I learned about charts, candles, patterns, technical analysis. I learned how to day trade. I even joined private Discord groups that cost money every month. Looking back, I realized I was the exact type of person they target, eager to learn, hungry to win, and desperate for change. Now don't get it twisted. I did learn some skills, but I also learned how this game really works. Most of these so-called mentors don't care if you succeed. They care if you pay. And once I realized that, it started to eat at me. Because I wasn't trying to become one of them. I was trying to expose the system and build something different. But at that time, I didn't have that clarity yet. I was still in survival mode, unemployed for a stretch, trying to find ways to stay afloat. I started live day trading because I wanted to prove I could do it consistently. And to be honest, I did. People who watched me trade live made money. And that made me feel proud. But here's the problem. I realized I was sending the wrong message. I was showing people how to survive and not how to build. I was teaching them how to hustle, not how to grow generational wealth. And deep down, I knew that wasn't who I wanted to be. 2024 was a turning point. The year everything got real. It started with good energy. By late spring, early summer, I was featured on another creator's channel. And for the first time, I felt seen. But that attention brought drama. Beef number one, misunderstandings turned into content back and forths. People assumed things about me that weren't true. I assumed things about them that weren't true. That content war lasted months and almost derailed my focus. Beef number two. Around September 2024, I experienced indirect attacks from another party. I had been sharing free live trading knowledge, and apparently this made me a threat to someone else's paid platform. Beef number three. Then came betrayal. I strongly believe this party created false information about the party from beef number one. That escalated beef number one and complicated everything. I initially reacted, thinking the information was real, which caused further tension. Eventually, I took accountability, apologized, and rebuilt trust with those directly affected. Shout out to Larry from the No Regret Show. All of this could have broken me. It frustrated me, disheartened me, and made me question, why was I still putting energy into my channel? I wasn't just creating content for views, I was building credibility, community, and long-term lessons for my audience. Those attacks could have derailed me, but they didn't. The truth is, when you feed negativity, you starve your own growth. I thought exposing bad actors would make me feel better. I thought calling out the grift would bring justice, but it didn't. It made me feel worse, because truthfully, my audience didn't sign up for YouTube beef. They came to learn. After that storm, I took a step back. I wasn't inspired. I wasn't creating. I was just existing. Every time I told my audience I was back, I meant it, but mentally I wasn't ready. I'd go live, get hype, and then disappear again. Not because I didn't care, because I cared too much. But I was burnt out. The truth is, I was fighting internally between the version of me that wanted revenge and the version that wanted peace. It took months of silence, reflection, and humility for me to realize my revenge isn't through anger. My revenge is through evolution. So when I came back, I decided I would no longer respond to negativity. I would no longer chase hype. I would no longer teach from desperation. Instead, I would teach from wisdom, from experience, and from structure. That's why I built my 6-level investment framework. These 6 levels are the foundation of my evolved mindset. They're not just steps, they're stages of discipline. Level 1, stable income and retirement foundations. Get a steady job. I don't care if you hate it. It's temporary fuel. Use that job to invest, to build, to gain freedom. Max out your 401k if you had one. Take advantage of every employer match. It's free money. Open a Roth IRA if you can. Why? Because you can't invest what you don't have. If you can't pay your bills, you can't buy the dip. Level 2, emergency fund and liquid cash. You need a safety net. Life hits hard and fast. Cars break down. Jobs get cut. Kids need things. 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash ready to access. That's how you stay in the market when the storm hits. Level 3, 90% in an S&P ETF. This is your core, the backbone. You're owning a piece of America's 500 biggest companies. You don't have to chase hype when you're holding history. Level 4, if you so choose, 10% in the individual companies. 5 companies for me personally, max per portfolio at 2% each. I only buy what I understand. And if I can't explain what the company does in one sentence, I don't need to own it. Level 5, also if you so choose. Crypto allocation, separate from stocks, 70 to 80%, this is my personal. Bitcoin, 10 to 20% into Ethereum. Why? Because I understand them both. I've taken the time to do the research. I would highly advise you to do the same before even putting your money into it. And the rest in the altcoins that I truly understand. See, I'm taking the time to do the research on these individual projects. And I'm also aware of my own personal risk tolerance, so I'm not going to load the boat with these altcoins. Use a fucking cold storage. No hype plays, no FOMO, just smart exposure to the future of finance. Finally, level 6, day trading. It's like the cherry on top. This is for the patient, not the desperate. And only when levels 1 through 5 are secured. Trade with discipline, not emotion. And never forget, Mr. Market don't care about your feelings. Extra disciplinary rules, don't buy dumb shit. If you're buying hype items and NFTs, you might as well just light your money on fire. Might as well light your money on fire. In closing, why am I doing this? I'm building long-term wealth for my kids, showing everyone willing to listen that there's another way, ethical, disciplined, effective. Now, if you really want to learn about stocks and crypto, you don't need to pay for free information. That's what they're selling you. You can just simply subscribe, hit that like, notification bell, and learn here for free. Fuck them classes. Keep your money. So with that being said, don't ever quit. Evolve. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, You will work until you die.